Hi, Dave Michaels from Talking Points. I'm at NICE Interactions 23. I'm with Kathy Sobus of ConvergeOne, the ConvergeOne. I mean, what would ConvergeOne be doing at an interactions conference? I mean, are you involved in customer services?
Absolutely, we are.
Okay.
We've been involved in customer service for a long time.
I know you are, and I know you've been around for a while too. You've been at a couple of the vendors. You've been in this industry for a while.
Definitely.
So I want to ask you a little bit about what you heard here that was interesting. But I want to dive in because I don't talk to companies like ConvergeOne very often. So I always hear from the vendors. And I want to hear from you what you are hearing. How are you helping contact centers keep their agents happy and keep their agents employed?
Right, and that's an area that we don't hear very often, right? We don't hear about the fact that we're trying to keep our agents. We hear about how do I have exceptional customer experiences instead, or how do I streamline my operations? So this is a passion of mine, to be able to talk about agents and keeping them happy and keeping them employed.
You just have to give them an apple every once in a while? Or
Absolutely, or a pizza party, or I know some folks do that right, recurrently, and we did those types of things when we were in the office, but we're not in the office anymore.
That's a complication, yeah.
Absolutely it is. So we have to give them different tools to help keep them engaged in the work experience so that they like working for the company they're working with, they want to stay employed as agents, and they want to continue to help their customers.
Okay.
And there are a couple of different ways we do that.
Go on.
Using some of the nice CX1 technologies, we look at gamification, we look at agent tools such as their desktop and the knowledge bases that we have. Automated workforce management tools really do help with the shift bidding and the swapping of the different schedules.
Now with a product like NICE, because NICE has a WFO background,
right.
Do you go out of the stack, or do you tend to use the NICE stack to solve these?
Oh, we definitely use the NICE stack to solve a lot of these issues with our clients, right? And another area of concern for them is to be able to identify and look at the quality across the board. All interactions, not just that random sampling of 2 to 5% for a month, but all the interactions, whether they're voice, chat, email, SMS, it doesn't matter.
So somebody has to listen to every recording, and
how can you, right? I mean, there aren't enough people in the world to listen to all of those, and then all the subjectivity comes into play too, with regard to, how do I feel that day? Did I really score them properly or not? Am I evaluating them all on par? So agents feel like that's a little bit more fair to them, and they like working for companies that treat them fairly.
So let's flip it over to the customer side. Now we got the agents happy. How are you helping keeping the customers happy?
Yeah, and there are long wait times. There's a lot going on in the customer experience space now. Not very many agents either. That's one of the reasons to keep them happy. But in addition to that, how do we keep the customer happy? By giving them tools as well so they can self-serve. So that's when chatbots and voice bots all come into play there, and the intelligence that's driving behind that to provide them the answers that they need, or to be able to transact the way they want to with that company.
So everyone's talking chatbots. It's the buzzword of the industry right now. So tell me how you approach how do you differentiate chatbots?
Chatbots, yes, and we take an integrated approach to our chatbots. And what do I mean by that? If you take a look at trying to self-serve and you can't fully self-serve, where do you go next? And if you have to, what we call escalate to a human agent, and that human agent isn't aware of all of those things you've been trying to do, then there's a breakdown that occurs. Then the customer has to start all over. Their experience isn't that great, the agent's not happy, and it just kind of all falls apart there. So we take a very integrated approach to chatbots and make sure that when they do have to escalate, if they do need to escalate, that human agent has been fully aware of all the things that have been happening prior to that part of the interaction.
Now, I was setting you up around that differentiate because so many vendors are using the same technology partners now, Google, OpenAI, et cetera. NICE has a lot of their own technology. What are you deploying with these customers?
Yeah, we're taking a look at what their needs are and making sure that we wrap in the agent's experience with the customer's experience. Knowledge bases on the back end for the agents and pulling them forward so that they can get to that information that they're really looking for, and then the customer's experience of what are they trying to do, how are they trying to do it. And what I really like about what NICE has offered today in their announcement was the ability to wrap analytics all around that and understand what the intent is and understand what the next actions are around that full stack, that whole experience, that whole customer journey.
That was an impressive keynote this morning. All right. Well,
Me too.
Well, thank you for watching. Thank you so much for your
Thank
time.
you.